Is it just me? Am I the only one? Or did anyone else think that she was gonna go over there and look for a shield? Did anybody else? And were you pissed off when she didn't look for? Cause why you not looking for a shield? Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now if this is your first time here, hey, welcome. My name is Dianne and I'm super excited that you found your way here. I am not super excited about this episode though, because baby, I'm hurt. I am hurt, okay? I'm hurt. This episode gave me everything I needed in the beginning. It did exactly what I needed it to do at the top. It had me in the first half. And then it just went tumbling down. It went tumbling down. And I'm just like, realistically, we knew that we would potentially get here, right? We knew that this could happen, right? But I was not ready to arrive here just yet. I was not ready to arrive here just yet. But here we are, people. We are on episode 10 of the Traitors season 2. Now, if you are just now tuning in to my whole little recap situation, right? And you have not caught my recaps for episodes 1 through 9, plus my Meet the Cast, oh baby, pause and go watch those videos. But come back, okay? Go watch those videos and make sure you come back, okay? I'm also recapping Survivor. Yes, Survivor season 46. So after this video, if you all caught up, when this is over, go ahead and check that out. But that is not what this is about. This is about the Traitors season 2 episode 10. Baby, I was not prepared, but let's get into it. Damn. So we start this episode off and MJ has finally flipped this card over, okay? She has finally flipped her card over and she wrote Peter's name down. Now, Peter has all of these votes. Baby is out of here, okay? Baby is gone. And he goes to the little circle and he reveals to the cast that he is in fact a faithful. And everybody is, oh, I can't believe we did it again. Oh, no. And while they're having this moment of defeat and this moment of discouragement, Phaedra is sitting there sipping her water. She's like, goodbye and good riddance, okay? So while everybody is sitting around having this emotional moment because they've sent home Peter and they realize they've sent home yet another faithful. And so, you know, the Traitors are up right now, right? And so they're all distraught about this. Trishelle and John have this weird hand-holding situation. Trishelle reaches over and grabs his hand and they hold each other's hand. And I'm like, break it up. Like, don't break it up, okay? None of that. We're not doing that. It's not that deep. Like, y'all act like you are at a real funeral. Peter is on a flight home. You will see him at the reunion. Break it up. So the round table is over. Peter is out of here. Trishelle decides she wants to have a conversation with Sheree, Sandra, and Kate. So they're talking, and of course she's pushing this Phaedra is a traitor narrative like full speed, right? Peter's out of here. That should let you know he was a faithful. I told you guys, she's having all of the conversation, right? She also mentions that she believes there are 2 traitors still inside of the castle. And when she says this, Kate, baby, okay? You my girl, pearls, okay? But every time someone brings up traitor, just the word, anytime someone brings up the word traitor in front of you, my girl, you look guilty. You need to get delivered in the face area because you look caught. I'm gonna need you to work on that, okay? I'm trying to see you make it all the way through this thing and collect all the money, okay? Because the faithful's getting on my nerves a little bit. So MJ is saying that she regrets her decision in voting out Peter. She said, but she still stands on the fact that all of the evidence that they presented, like the arguments that were presented against Phaedra, really don't make sense to her, you know? So she really doesn't know what to do. She regrets voting out Peter, but what they were saying about Phaedra, the math isn't mathing for her, right? And so Sheree and Sandra have a conversation with Phaedra because at this point, CT has completely turned against her. Like, Completely. You understand? Castle Daddy is now Castle Rival. So Sheree asks Phaedra, she's like, you know, how do you feel about CT turning against you? Because you guys were so cool. Now he thinks you're a traitor. How does that make you feel? And you can see that she's like visibly hurt. Like you can see it on her face. But then she's just kind of like, you know, it came out of nowhere. She didn't expect it. She did not expect. She thought she had CT wrapped, right? And so when he made the shift and he jumped ship, you know, she kind of was just like, what is going on here? You know, she was definitely blindsided. But I mean, you are a traitor. And so you have to be prepared to be hit on any given side by any given person at any given time. Those are just the cards, right? Kate is fully aware that Phaedra is under fire, right? The people want her head on a platter and they want it today, right? But Kate says she's going to stay faithful and she's going to stay loyal to her traitor sister and her Bravo sister, right? So she's like, I got to stay faithful to her and I have to stay loyal to her. So she is prepared to go out here in the trenches and fight for her girl. And you know, that's what you're supposed to do when you have an alliance. You fight for the people in your alliance. It is now time for the traitors to meet up in the traitor chambers, right? So they meet up, the ladies get together, and of course it is yet another roasting session. They are dragging the hell out of John, okay? First it was Dan. Now they're dragging the hell out of John, okay? And they're realizing that he is 100% a problem. Now, Phaedra did say that she has no problem coming after CT because he made the switch, right? He done pulled the flippity flop, 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 flop. And so she's more than willing to get him up out of here. But this week he has the shield. And so he's off limits. He's protected. And so the ladies have two options. They can either go after Trishelle or they can go after John. Now, here's the thing. With Trishelle, she has a mouthpiece and she can be persuasive, but I think after the whole Peppermint situation, people don't really trust her like that, because it's like, you done already drove us into a ditch one time. Like, we're not going to let you drive us into a ditch again. You get what I'm saying? So she's not that influential anymore, you know, with the other people. Her group maybe, but the other people not so much. And I think that Peppermint situation played a big part in why they don't really like, you know what I mean, when it comes to her. But John, there are a lot of people inside of this castle that trust John. And let's be honest, when he sits down at that round table and he speaks, people listen. And he has the words, the politician comes out, and he gets to talking, and the people get to listening, right? And so realistically, both of them have to get up out of here. But if you really sit back and look at the evidence, one is definitely more dangerous than the other. You get what I'm saying? So now it's breakfast time, right? And as we know, breakfast is the opportunity for us to see who survived throughout the night. So Sandra and MJ come walking in and they sit down and they just kind of have this understanding with each other where they sit down and they look each other in the eyes, and it's like, I know you're a faithful and you know I'm a faithful. And they make that agreement that they know that both of them are faithfuls, right? So CG comes in, and when he comes in, we kind of see him having this internal monologue with himself, and he's like, he really wants to trust Phaedra. Like, that's his girl. Like, he really wants to trust her, but he was like, Phaedra gives him nothing. Like, Phaedra gives him nothing. You know what I mean? And he's like, if she would just give me something, then I would really I would trust her. But the fact that she does not talk to me and she does not give me anything, then that's a red flag. And I'm just like, every damn thing that these people said about Dan, they are now starting to say about her in the not talking situation and not giving anything situation. And I'm just like, I'm yelling through the TV like, friend, I need you to talk. Like, all of this can go away if you would just talk. Baby, I would have been throwing people under the bus left, right, around the corner. Whatever. Like, I need you to give the people something because they love you. They love, the social game is there. But you have to be able to talk to people and give them game. You know, you can't just be the social butterfly. You also have to game. In these games, you can't receive and not give. You have to give something, even if it's a lie from the pits of hell. Even if it's a lie from the pits of hell, you still have to give them something. something. People, that's what it, give me something. Everybody wants something. So Phaedra, give them something. So MJ makes a statement and she's basically like, if Trishelle or John don't walk through the door, then Phaedra 100% is a traitor. She brings up a comment that Peter made at the round table where he said, why would I be sending home all of my circle? If I was the traitor, why would I send home all of the people that are with me? All of the people that support me? He was like, all my friends are going home. My friends are out of here. So the math isn't really mathing. And so that statement is starting to, you know, wake MJ up to the idea of, you know, Phaedra, you just might be running around here traitorization-ing in. So the last two people to come walking through the door are Trishelle and Kate. No John. And so at this point, MJ is 100% convinced that Phaedra is a traitor. Like, that's what I'm saying. The episode started off so good, and now we're tumbling. We are tumbling down, okay? So, no John. MJ is now convinced, and my girl needs to put in some work because the people are starting, the antennas are waking up, okay? The antennas are waking up. So we get a flashback to last night when the traitors were meeting up and having their conversation of who they were going to send home. And Kate makes a statement that Phaedra has a better opportunity at the round table if John is not there. So, I mean, we at this point, we know, baby, you're going to be back in the hot seat. You're going to stay in the hot seat until they get you up out of here. But if you're going to be in the hot seat, you at least can get in the ring and box better if it's not up against John. Like, you can take out Trishelle. John gonna make you work a little bit. So let's get him up out of here, and then you'll have a chance to fight. You'll have a chance to go toe to toe with anybody else, and you might come out on top. But we got to get John up out of here, right? And Kate, my girl, she is talking all of the sense. Like, my girl has become the voice of reason. Like, girl, I need Phaedra to wake up. I need Phaedra to wake up. I think my girl has gotten comfortable in the fact that her Bravo people are going to have her back. And because they're not gone, she has the majority alliance. But you have to realize this is a game about money. People will flip, honey. People will flip. So I don't need you to be that secure in your girls. I need you to be secure in you. Meaning you have to fight for you. You have to go out and be the mouthpiece and the spokesperson for yourself. And she's not really doing that. But anyway, so now that John is gone, Trishelle is on a mission times a mission times a mission times a mission, okay? Like, all her people are getting up out of here. It's just her and CT left. And so she's like, Phaedra gotta go. She's got to go because she done took all of my people up out of here and it's just me and CT. And I need some more wiggle room, okay? So she decides that she wants to try to pull in Sheree, MJ, and Sandra. And I'm like, you've knocked on this door before, but you know, the Bible says, keep knocking and the door will be open unto you. So go ahead, girl. Keep on knocking. Keep on knocking and maybe they'll come over. Maybe they'll come over, friend. So Kate decides to ask the ladies how many traitors do they think are still in the house. And so MJ is confident that there are 2 traitors in the house right now. And she's on it, right? Sandra says 3. And the minute Sandra said 3, immediately I knew what type of game she was playing. I got real excited when she said 3 because I was like, I wasn't even looking at Sandra to be playing that type of game. But when she said 3, I was like, baby, like you are in here playing a game that I didn't even think you were in here playing, and it got right past me, right? And so fast forward, we know how this episode is going to end, right? And we know all of my eggs were in the Phaedra basket. So now that I have these free eggs, I'm going to put these eggs right in the basket of Sandra because I know exactly what type of game she's playing. And if she pulls this off, baby, well, yeah, I'm going to put 2 eggs in Kate's basket. but I know Sandra gonna get her. Just based on the game that I know now that Sandra is playing, I know she gonna get her up out of here. But if she does not, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 little eggs in Kate's basket because I like her. That's my girl. Sandra saying 3 told me what game she was playing, but it also told me that she is fully aware that there are 2 traitors in the house and she knows exactly who they are. She knows exactly who they are. And I'm just like, okay, girl. Alan comes in and he lets them know, put on your wetsuits for the mission today, okay? It's gonna get a little wet today, so make sure you got your wetsuits on. And so I'm excited about today's mission. You know, I like to see them compete in the water. See them, not me. I like to see them compete in the water. So MJ is ready to start making some moves, right? And so she takes this opportunity to walk up to Kate and Sheree. And she looks right at Sheree. Not even so much Kate. She looks right at Sheree and she's like, Sheree, you know, now is the time for us to vote out Phaedra, okay? The time has come. We're going to have to vote Phaedra out. And Sheree is like, what? For what? What are you talking about? Like, why would we do that? You know? And MJ is like, Sheree, she's a traitor. We're gonna have to get her out of here because I don't want to go to the end with a traitor. As faithfuls, we're going to have to vote her out. And Sheree is just kind of like, you know, and so my girl Kate, she speaks up and she's like, oh, hold on. Okay, I hear you. However, what about Sandra? Notice no one's looking at Sandra, so she's trying to flip this whole thing over to Sandra, right? And MJ, like clockwork, I'm telling you, my girl gonna fold every time. She gonna fold. She is going to fold like clockwork. My girl was like, oh, well, you know what? You may be right. This whole time, I didn't even think about it. Sandra may be a traitor. Baby, it's too easy. It's too easy. So Trishelle and CT are having a conversation and they're just basically talking about how the Bravo ladies are going to stick together and they're going to keep Phaedra in the house. They're never going to vote her out, right? And so Trishelle is like, I'm about to call him out. Period. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna call him out, right? And so she goes outside and she's like, can I join the exclusive club? Can I be a part of the girls club? And it was weird. It was awkward. Kate was looking at her like, are you okay? She said, are you okay? Is everything all right? Because Kate is like, what is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And so she goes over there and she's like, I know that you ladies are never going to vote Phaedra out and you're going to keep her in the house and you're going to allow her to make it to the end. And she is a traitor. She's going to steal the money. And so MJ is like, hold up, swole up. Hold on. Because honestly, I'm not letting a traitor make it to the end, okay? And so if I start feeling like she is a traitor, I have no problem voting anybody out of here. I said, oh, okay, MJ. Okay. So now it is time for us to get into this mission. And you know, I love the missions. And so I am excited about this part, okay? So they get to the mission. Everyone has on their wetsuits and they see they're definitely going to be in this water, but they're definitely going to be in some dirt and some mud and some nastiness, right? And so this mission is worth $30,000, okay? And so basically what they have to do is this big old pile of dirt and mud. They have to dive in there, dig in there, and collect these little golden nuggets, right? Now each nugget is worth $150 a piece. They have to take the nuggets and run across these bridges. Now the bridges are about this far apart and they're wobbly, right? And they're over the water, okay? So if you fall, you're going right on up in that water, right? You take the nugget, you carry it, you hop from one bridge to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and you make it all the way across. Now there, it's a weight, right? One side has the weight of $30,000 and the other side you have to match with the nuggets, right? But if you fall in the water, baby, whatever nuggets you had that you didn't hold on to, that money is gone forever. So you can't be like, well, I had $500 in my hand. The ocean has it now. It's over. Start at the beginning and try again. It's a wrap, right? And so they have to do that until they match the $30,000 evenly. There's also one shield, okay? Whoever finds that shield, they have to get it and run it across too. If you lose that in the ocean, that's gone too. But if you hold on to it and you make it across, you put it in the shield box, then you are safe from the traitors. And this is the final banishment for the Traitors. This is the final time that they will have an opportunity to meet and take somebody out. And I was like, oh, this is a big shield. Like this is a big shield. And it is a big shield for the Traitors. So naturally, I would think that Phaedra would be searching for the shield over the nuggets. Is it just me? Am I the only one? Or did anyone else think that she was going to go over there and look for a shield? Did anybody else? And were you pissed off when she didn't look for... Because why you not looking for a shield? Like, oh, cut the camera. So the mission starts and everybody goes in and they're digging for the shield. Literally every single person on the cast is looking for the shield except Phaedra. She gets the nuggets and she's the first one to make the attempt. She gets across the bridge, kinda, and then she ends up falling into the water. MJ, the person who didn't even need it. Baby, you did not need it. MJ, the person who didn't need it, is the person who finds the shield. And I'm so mad at Phaedra for not looking for... Baby, if ever there... Listen. No, because, damn it, come here. Come here. Come here. This entire season, you have not attempted to go and find the shield not one time. Not one time did you try to go and find the shield. Even Dan. Okay, we all mad at Dan. But even Dan was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just try to get this shield so I can get them off my trail, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dig for a shield. He didn't even need it at that time, right? You need it. You need it. There is a banishment happening tonight. A huge one that could be lights out for you. If ever there was a time to be in the mud and in the dirt wrestling, okay, you needed the strength of damn Janelle, okay? I mean, by any means necessary, you needed to be rolling around in that dirt to get the shield, and you went for the nuggets instead. And I will never understand. I will never understand. So at this point, the bridge is tearing everybody up, okay? Nobody's making it across. Everybody just dropping like flies, okay? And so Trishelle is like, you know what? Let me try this thing and see if I can make it across. And sure enough, she's the first person to make it across. And I'm like, okay, Trishelle, now get some money for the pot. I don't want you to win it, but get some money. Get some money for the pot. So Trishelle makes it across successfully with $900 in her hands, okay? $900. CT comes right behind her with $800, and then like clockwork, it's the two of them. All you see them doing is making rounds, putting the golden nuggets in there, making a round, stacking the pot, and they're literally stacking the pot by themselves. The camera pans over to the Bravo ladies, and they have officially just stopped. They've decided, I'm not going back across there. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to do it no more. And I am watching this, and I'm getting so pissed off because why are you here? Like, I love my girls, but we're not gonna jump in the water? It's water. It's water. You have on a helmet. You can't mess up your head if you hit the little... I'm getting visibly angry as I'm watching this because they completely just tapped out. Now, if I wasn't as invested in the show as I am, I probably would have thought it was funny. I probably would have been like, oh, they were like, nope, not doing that. And I probably would have thought it was funny. But because so much is at stake, Phaedra, so much is at stake, and I guess she's just like, I don't know. I guess at this moment we're seeing her check out. I think in this moment we see that she has started to check out of the game because nothing else makes sense. Like, you cannot be here. You can't be here. There's no way that you are present in this game and you didn't fight for that shield. And you know, you need it more than anybody in this house. You need that shield. So, and then you're not even, she's checked out. That's the only thing I can come up with. My girl has officially checked out and she's ready to go. Like, at that point, you know, when you watch shows and you see one of the players and you're like, oh yeah, that person ready to go home. That's what I'm starting to feel like. I'm starting to feel like, yeah, she ready to go. And wait a minute, because I don't want to just slide past that and not include Sandra, because UCBS Survivor, what you doing? You should have been out there hopping on them bridges left and right and left. What? into a my girl about to be a housewife. My girl about to be a housewife. Look for her in the next Real Housewives of, where's she from? I don't know. She about to be a housewife. Real Housewives of Fiji. So after many failed attempts at trying to get that shield over there, my girl MJ finally gets the shield over there, puts it into the box, and secure her safety. Like, she's the only Bravo lady that made it across. Like, shout out to MJ. So Alan lets them know that they were able to collect $28,358 in this mission, which brings their prize pot to $1,058,100. And so that's where they at. You know, they were working and fighting all of these missions to try to get $250,000, and right now they are at $158,100. Money was lost. Money was lost. So the mission is over and everyone is now back at the castle, right? MJ and Kate are having a conversation with CT. Now in this conversation, MJ is bringing up Phaedra and how she's a traitor and they might have to vote her out, right? And so when this happens, like clockwork, my girl Kate comes right in and is like, wait a minute. Let's look at Sandra, right? Let me present Sandra to you guys. And my girl is going in, she's giving facts and stating all the things, right? And so she's like, listen, because they're kind of giving her pushback, right? And she's like, look, you guys say that you're set in stone and you know 100% that Phaedra is a traitor, right? That means we have her. We can get her whenever we want to get her. Let's deal with somebody else. Let's deal with the plan B, because we know that there's more than one traitor in the house. So let's deal with the one that we know at a later time. Let's deal with this one right here, talking about Sandra, right? And so as they are having this conversation and Kate is doing all of this talking, right? And my girl is in it, okay? My girl is in it. Sandra is watching the conversation take place. Now, she doesn't know what's being said, but she's watching Kate do a lot of talking and a lot of hand gestures. And she's like, Kate doesn't do all of this talking ever. So why all of a sudden she has so much to say? I need to be a part of that conversation. And so she goes outside and she's like, can I join the conversation? As soon as she walks over, the conversation shifts, right? And so Sandra was like, well, who do you guys think is a traitor? Or who do you guys think we should go after? And so Kate is like, well, everyone is saying that they know for sure Phaedra is a traitor, right? So let's put her to the side. Isn't it wiser to try to go after the second person we think is a traitor? And so Sandra's like, yeah, okay, well, who do you think the second person is? And so Kate gets quiet. Kate gets real quiet. And so Sandra's like, you know, you're telling me this plan and you're telling me what you want to do and I want to be on board with the group, but you're not telling me who the person is. Who is the other traitor? So now Sheree and Phaedra are having a conversation. And in my opinion, this is the moment where Phaedra put the nails in her coffin. It was in this moment right here. And it sucks because she was talking to her main girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was the duo. I am so sorry about this light and how my light keep going in and out. I'm sitting right in front of the window and the sun is playing peekaboo with me. If you watched my Survivor video, then you already know it's doing the same exact thing. But back to this conversation. She's having this conversation with Phaedra. And Sheree is like, I need you to give me something. You know, everybody is saying that it's you and you're a traitor. And I don't believe you're a traitor. I believe that you are a faithful. I believe that you're my friend and you wouldn't lie to me. And Like in this moment, Sheree is looking for something. Sheree is just like, give me something. And it took me back. It took me back to that conversation with Peter and Dan when Peter was like, just give me something so I don't have to look at you. Say something. And Dan gave him nothing. Phaedra is literally giving Dan. Like, as much as she despises him, as much as they didn't get along in the game, you know, I don't know what their relationship is outside of the game, but as much as they didn't get along in the game and as much as she talked about his gameplay in the game, friend, you're doing the same thing. I need you to know you are doing the same thing. The people love you so much. Like, these people in this house love you so much, and they are basically begging you to give them something so they don't vote you out. They are begging you and you're still like, You know, Sheree asks her, she's like, so who do you think the traitor is? Who do you, like, for real, like, you know, game time, it's over. Who do you think the traitor is? And so she's like, well, I mean, it could be CT. For all I know, the way he acted, it could be CT. And so Sheree is like, you know, and so then Sheree is like, well, what about Sandra? And so Phaedra is like, well, I mean, she is the silent assassin, but child, who knows? What are we supposed to do with that, Phaedra? And I gotta give it to you like I'm giving it to you because I gave it to Dan this same exact way and you're doing the same thing. And now I'm getting mad. Now I'm getting mad. Because I don't understand, you know, but again, like I said, in that moment, back at the mission, I'm going to assume she checked out. I'm going to assume she checked out because her not looking for that shield still is not sitting right with me. And now here we are, and your main girl, like your number one girl in the house, is telling you, give me something. And you give her dust. You give her nothing. So then Sheree is like, you know what? I'm going to look you in your eye. It's me and you. We're sitting here. I'm going to look you right in your eye. And I'm going to ask you, are you a traitor? And so Phaedra is like, what? Well, huh? Am I what? And she said, are you a traitor? And so the way that the edit was, I thought she was going to tell her. The way that the edit was put together, it looked like she was forming her lips to say, okay, girl, look, right? That's what I thought was about to happen. We go to a commercial break, we come back, and she says, no, I'm not a traitor. And I'm like, okay, I understand why you didn't tell her. I got you. That's fair. But now that you told her you're not a traitor, present somebody. You get what I'm saying? Now that you've looked her in her eyes and you told her you are not a traitor, present somebody. Like, you in too deep, you know? And I understand Phaedra is on some, you know, I've done things in this game that I don't really like, and I'm having to lie, and I'm having to manipulate, and I'm having to do this, and I'm having to do that, and I'm not really like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably getting to her, and I get it. I get it. But baby, you covered in blood already. Like, the blood is right here. You already covered in blood from everybody else, okay? You might as well go down. Put your full head in the blood at this point, okay? And throw somebody else out there as a sacrifice. I'm sorry. Throw somebody else out there, baby. We're too far in the game. Like, you're right there. You are right there. Like, I'm so mad at my friend. I'm so mad at my friend. So after Phaedra and Sheree have this conversation, then we get Phaedra's confessional, and she's really feeling bad, you know, because she said her relationship with Sheree is more important than this game. And so looking her in the face and lying to her face really took a toll on her. Like, she wasn't feeling that at all. That really, like, made her feel some type of way. But baby, we're playing a game. And I always say, the person and the player are two totally different people. When you play in a game, you cannot be you. Okay? You can't be you. And so so we get to the round table, and we already know how this is gonna go, right? So Trishelle decides she wants to open up the conversation, and of course she opens it up by throwing it all to Phaedra. She's a traitor. We got to get her out of here. I've been trying to tell you guys. She got to go, right? MJ decides to chime in, and she's like, Phaedra, I think you're a traitor. I think you're a really great traitor, but you are a traitor nonetheless, right? Sandra jumps in, and she's like, look, you know, you're my girl. I love you. This is going to be very hard for me, but at some point we have to try out Trishelle's theory. We have to try it out. She's very adamant about it, and so we have to try it out. Just process of elimination to see if you actually are a traitor or if you're not, right? So after the ladies say what they have to say, it's time for Phaedra. She gets the floor. This is the round table. You can end up going home. Now is the time for you to speak. And Phaedra is just like, she's exhausted and she's tired of fighting. I have watched Phaedra go toe-to-toe on several occasions with Kenya Moore. Do you understand me? That ain't no easy battle. And I've watched her do it flawlessly, effortlessly. Do you understand me? And she has come out on top several times. Not every time. King done got her a couple times. But there have been several occasions where my girl has come out on top. Do you understand? And that's Kenya Moore. And you mean to tell me this is too much for you? This is too much for you? And she made a statement. And she said the people that she wanted to be in the final are in the final. Almost as if she was prepared and content with going home because there was a possibility that Sheree could win, or Kate could win, or Sandra could win. You know what I'm saying? Like one of her people could win. So she was all right with going home, you know? And I'm just like, my girl was defeated. She was defeated. At the end of the day, there's no other way to slice it. She was defeated. And she tapped out. She definitely tapped out. Yep. So as much grace as I had for my girl, Kate had none. Kate had none. Baby, Kate was pissed off. Do you hear me? Because she's like, I've been out here in the trenches, sticking my neck out for you, trying to fight for you and support you, and you ain't even gonna fight for yourself. The most you got is you're exhausted and you're tired of fighting. That's all you have to give. Baby, Kate was done. Kate was done, okay? It hit. It hit. And she was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're going to have to take care of you. Because damn it, what was that? Right? And I'm right there, Kate. I'm right there with you. Because I didn't understand it. You got to think about it like this, right? Phaedra and Kate are both traitors. And so ultimately, they're playing this game together as a package, a duo, right? And so whatever fire is over you is going to trickle over into Kate. And so she's like, well, damn, like, I'm fighting for you to fight for us, and you won't even give that for me as an us. You get what I'm saying? You won't even fight for you. If you don't fight for you, I know damn sure you're not going to fight for us. So what am I doing? Why am I in the trenches for you and us? If you want to go, baby, you can go. And I think that's where Kate was with that. Like, if you want to go, free yourself, okay? If you don't want me, don't talk to me. So now it's time to vote, right? And the votes are coming in and everybody votes for Phaedra. Now, when it gets to Kate and it's time for her to cast her vote, she said, Phaedra, I'm voting for you because you are more selfish than you are skillful. And that is when she was like, because we a package deal. What are you doing? You laying over and just letting them take you out of here is selfish as hell. You supposed to be fighting for us. Like, I'm fighting for us, you know? And so she took that real personal. And Phaedra knew it. Phaedra knew that she took it real personal. Phaedra was like, you know, because she said it in her confessional. She was like, she was getting real personal, but I'm not going to take it personal. I understand it's a game and she was upset. So, you know, but they got my girl up out of here. They got my girl up out of here. She stood in a circle. And she told everybody she was a traitor. And everybody was happy that they caught her. Sheree, all on her face. She was shook. Like, she was shook. That's why, pause. I saw a clip of her in an interview on Twitter, right? And she's like, I knew the whole time Phaedra was a traitor. I knew the whole time. Your face didn't say that, friend. Your face did not say that. Your face said, I've been betrayed. That's what your face said when she revealed that she was a traitor. Even back to Sheree's confessional, she goes, you know, I can't believe she looked me in my eyes and lied to me like that. Like, she was the best traitor we've ever seen, but I can't believe she looked me in my face and just lied to me like that, right? And so I definitely think she was caught off guard and she was shook. Kate pissed. You know, Trishelle feels vindicated. Like, I told y'all. And so they got my girl up out of here. So now Kate is on a mission. Kate is on a mission because she knows now that Phaedra is out of here, they on the hunt for the next traitor, right? And because my girl does not have a poker face, she gonna tell on herself. So she's like, I have to do everything in my power to get the people to look at Sandra. If I can put them on Sandra, then they won't be worried about me. Basically, I have to present a new person for them to go after, right? Like new bait on a hook. Like, look at this, right? And so she's on a mission to get the people to look at Sandra. But now Sandra pulls Kate to the side and she's like, hey Kate, I want to have a conversation with you at the round table. And she's so calm. I love Sandra because Sandra's not going to come at you like with the heat until you come at her with the heat, like with her and Janelle, but she gonna come at you real calm. She was like, hey, you know, I want to talk to you about when you cast your vote against Phaedra. You made a comment and you said she's more selfish than she is skillful. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by she's selfish, right? She caught it. My girl caught it because it was a very emotional thing to say. You know how we said with Dan and even with Phaedra, you get emotional and your judgment gets clouded. And so, you know, where you should be on your game, you get a little knocked off. And in that moment, she was so emotional and her judgment was clouded. That statement, she was trying to take a jab at Phaedra, thinking she was talking in code, and Sandra caught it. Okay, I was gonna say the people caught it, but no, Sandra caught it. Okay, exactly what you threw out there, the wrong person caught it. Okay, and so Sandra was like, I need to know what that meant, right? And so Kate was just like, I feel like she's selfish, you know, she's obviously a traitor. And so everyone that she went after was someone that, you know, calls her out or someone that came against her. And so for the other traitors, that didn't help them because that made it look real personal or real selfish. And so Sandra is sitting there like, the other traitors, huh? Okay. So then we get Sandra in her confessional and she's like, yeah, I think Kate is a traitor. And I'm like, you don't think, Pookie, you knew Pookie, but you got to let this play out because we know we need the footage so the story can make sense in the edit, girl. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, girl. That's my type of girl. In any event, this is where the episode ends. This is the end of episode 10. My goodness. I am so excited to see where the rest of this show goes because, it's pretty much almost over, right? And so I cannot wait to see how this thing plays out and who walks away with all of the money. Slowly but surely, MJ kind of creeping up. Like she kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was almost as if she was like, you know what? I'm going to save all of my fight for the very, very end, right? She creeping on up there. But, you know, there's definitely going to be a Sandra Kate battle. And I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see who comes out on top. Anyway, if you liked this video, make sure you like this video. As always, share the video, tell somebody else to come on over and watch the video. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. Those of you who have, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Turn those notifications on so you can get notified whenever I have new videos. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, I am recapping Survivor season 46. I have already done the first episode. It is up. I have recapped and reviewed the first episode, the premiere. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. I love you guys with the love of the Lord. And until my next video, I'm out.